All right, so we're going to get down to some major upgrades here in Praetorian Group International, or PGI Global. But before I get into that, make sure you guys check out the video I just released recently about Hex. I made a really good call. I called kind of a 7x increase back at around about this price point, 457 Satoshi. It went all the way up to 800 Satoshi, and it's still continuing to rise. So check that last video I made out on that. Also, Tiger's Line, I talked about that in that video as well. This is kind of like a Forsage type of contract, just to give you a clarification, an update on this, a correction really. It actually cost 0.2 Ethereum to join, so it's 0.1 to get this back office, and then you actually have to click buy right here for another 0.1 to get your first 0.2 Ethereum, and then you can upgrade from then on out. But it looks like it's growing, has 108 people in altogether, and looks like it'll continue to. So back to PGI Global. My personal goal is to get to $100,000 worth of active trading agreements. And I'm going to get into the reason why in a little bit here. But as you can see, the back end of the dashboard is upgrading. It's changing by the day. It's becoming more and more professional. And, like I said before, I like it when they do kind of the slow rollout of the back office rather than just changing everything at once and being overwhelming and making it hard to find. A lot of like what happened with CanGot. But with PGI, let's take a look at some of the new stuff that they added here. So first of all, they have your pin rank right here. So I have to actually look more into this because I can't actually find anything on the ranking in PGI Global on what all that gives you. But my current rank is member, and I guess the highest pin rank is Praetorian Guard. So we'll see how that kind of shakes out as they add some more stuff and explaining that. These two things I can explain to you right here. So a lot of people have been asking what the agreement fund is. When you do a withdrawal in Praetorian Group International on Mondays, there's an option for you to just click withdraw and withdraw everything outright with an 8% fee, or there's a second option for you to put some of it into what's called an agreement fund. And when you do that, you get a 5% fee for quote unquote withdrawing into the agreement fund. So what that means is if you put nothing in the agreement fund area, then all of the crypto that you have earned for that week is going to go directly to the wallet that you have set on the account. And there's going to be an 8% fee for all that crypto that's going to you. Now, if you put a certain amount in the agreement fund, so my first withdrawal, I put $95 into the agreement fund and 85 cents. So what that's going to do is it's going to lower that withdrawal fee, so I get an extra 3% added to kind of the bonus. And with this, I have to do a reinvest with this agreement fund. So every time you do a withdrawal, if you want to put aside 10, 15, 20, $30, $50 every week you do a withdrawal, it's going to help you a lot with compounding. So I'm really glad that they do have this feature because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Now I'm not going to completely be blind to the fact that the crypto Bitcoin halving is happening in less than a month, and a lot of people are speculating that the price of Bitcoin and all of crypto can go up multiple times. Maybe it'll reach a new all-time high shortly after the halving or shortly around the halving. So with that in mind, I'm not just going to immediately upgrade to the $100,000 PGI package today or tomorrow because I'm going to miss out on that crypto pump if that happens. So what I'm going to be doing is dollar cost averaging, and you can already see I did a $5,000 deposit. And this package is going to be active in 3 days. It takes 72 hours for them to be active, so it's processing. But over the next couple of weeks here, I'm going to slowly be putting in more and more just so that I don't miss out on the value of crypto going up over the next couple months here. So in addition to that, when I get my payouts on Monday, what I'm thinking about doing, and I haven't absolutely figured out what I'm going to do for this, but what I'm thinking about doing is putting a large portion of what I'm earning on a weekly basis into the agreement fund so I can get a lower percent withdrawal fee, and I can kind of just compound that pretty much automatically. So when you click on buy agreement here, it's going to say you can purchase these agreements, $100,000 to $500,000, and with that agreement fund, I don't have to deposit anything else. If this is $100, I can just use that and automatically buy a new package. So that's what the agreements one's going to be helpful to do. You can do easy reinvesting in here as an option here. Now, this corporate account fund, not sure what that is. I have to look into that a little bit more, but currently you can get dollars and buy more agreements with corporate account funds as well. They have their charts here. This is kind of the same. We talked about the sales volume. That is also there as well. But that's kind of the main update I wanted to give you guys. Now, just take a look at some of these percentages for the past, I guess this is 10 days. They've been really, really good. And this is another reason why I'm kind of sticking more with PGI compared to things like CanGot and CashFX Group. Now, of course, PGI has much more things to offer other than their percentage payouts. That's something that you have to know for a lot of different reasons. None of this stuff is guaranteed in terms of your returns. You could get 0% back when you sign up. There's no guarantees in this at all. But with the current trend that's happening, we can see that the trend has been about 1%, if not higher, on a daily basis. With CanGot, it's been 0.5%, so it's been half as much in CanGot. And with CashFX Group, it's also been pretty much close to about the same as CanGot, 0.75% daily, because you have to keep in mind their withdrawal fee is 20%, so it really knocks off a lot of the percentages that you're actually making in CashFX Group. So overall, even if I were to do an upgrade in CashFX Group and put another $100,000 in here, I think that I'll be able to get the most bang for my buck over here in PGI Global. Now, there's other reasons why I'm not upgrading in CashFX Group. I talked about that in my last video, mainly being that I have to do a $100,000 purchase in there in order to continue, and I'm not sure if I want to dish out that much to continue with CashFX Group, so that's why I'm more or less moving the 100,000 over here into PGI Global, which is newer, and I'm doing it over a longer period of time instead of a lump sum, which is the only option that I have for CashFX Group. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do CashFX Group anymore. I'm just saying that for me, it just works out better for me to continue with PGI Global. So like I said, the percentages are working out nicely, and this amount, I've already compounded this and kind of put it back in with the 5,000 that I put in already, which will be confirmed in the next 2 days. So that is everything for this right here. I guess what I can also show you guys is quickly Staked Wallet. I'm going to have to kind of edit this video, and you guys might see some weird different footage because they did this on a different computer. So for the Staked Wallet, I was actually able to do a pretty large withdrawal. What I'm doing from here is I'm converting a lot of my funds over to Ethereum. Now, I don't think I did it in this one, but I'm going to be converting my funds a lot over to Ethereum because it looks like Ethereum is really taking a rise up. And if the halving happens and Ethereum returns to its all-time high, that's actually going to be a much higher multiplier than Bitcoin returning to its all-time high, because Bitcoin only needs to about 2.5x to get back to its all-time high, and Ethereum all-time high was about $1,000, so that's close to about 10x, if not 5x. So I'm gonna be trying to get more ETH as opposed to Bitcoin, stack up on that in the meantime. So Staked Wallet is working out nicely, and they did have some conferences. Now, negatives about Staked Wallet is I don't have connections to developers, and they're not very like transparent. They don't really appear. They're kind of anonymous. So with that being said, Staked Wallet could disappear at any moment, and nobody would get in trouble for it. So that's something to keep in mind. That's not the case with things like PGI Global and CanGot and CashFX Group. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.